Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Paid to Drive, and we are here back by popular demand doing another reaction video. We have Ride Along with Bri, another person you guys really like when I do the reaction videos. This definitely could have ended so much worse, so definitely go subscribe to her. Her link is in the description down below. Tell her Pay to Drive sent you, and let's see if we can get one like on this video, one subscriber, and one comment. That's all we need, guys. Here we go. Comment, here we go.
There's something pretty scary that happened to a fellow DoorDash driver, and this could have happened to me. It could happen to you. It could happen to your family member that drives for
Listen up, guys. Listen up.
DoorDash. So I want to put this out there. It's a story that a DoorDash driver had posted on Reddit. And again, it could have happened to anybody. So I'm trying to bring awareness, especially if you ever run into this situation. You can think twice about it because our safety comes first. The only person that's going to look out for ourselves when we're out there delivering is ourselves. The police aren't going to be there to protect us. We're the only ones that can protect ourselves. And the decisions that we make while we're on a delivery could cost us our lives or put us in danger. So I definitely want to bring...
I mean, how many times have we spoke about this, guys, about your safety? CYA, cover your ass. Everyone comment CYA.
Awareness to the story. Again, it could have happened to any of us. It is kind of a longer story, but
Sure.
again, I feel it's really important to put it out there because again, you never know, you could run into this situation, and if you do, you'll know what to do. So here's the story from the DoorDash driver. She says, I had an order that was running behind due to the restaurant being busy and sent a message to who I thought was a woman customer based off of the name. I had to black it out due to the post rules, and here's the message, letting them know that I would be a little late. The second message, I immediately had an off feeling. It was odd to me this woman was alone with a broken foot at a motel on the second floor and all the way in the back. The way the motel is set up, there is no elevator. The stairs are on the very end, and you have to turn a couple of corners before getting to the room. So I wondered how she got up there or did anything to begin with. In a previous message, she had mentioned she was alone. That's how I knew. Anyway.
See, this mentioning that you are alone and you're a woman and it's at night and it's a motel, you're just asking for trouble. It's almost like a scenario for like a mystery horror movie.
Way, it was a hand to receipt order as well. Also, calling me a pet name is always a little uncomfortable, and I've got to say that would be the first red flag right there. Things not adding up, and then calling you a pet name in a message is just straight uncomfortable. The whole situation is uncomfortable. The driver goes on to say, regardless, on the way there, I couldn't help but feel that something was off about this order. As I pulled up to the motel, I parked and grabbed my taser that I wear around my wrist anytime I deliver at night.
Have any of you guys, well, do any of you guys carry some sort of a weapon with you? I've always had a baseball bat in my trunk, just from always, having one ready. I always have a baseball glove, some softballs, some baseballs, and a baseball bat. I always keep that in my trunk with any car I've ever had. So it kind of serves as a weapon, but that's not its initial purpose. But do any of you guys carry something?
In my mid-20s and go alone to some pretty sketchy neighborhoods when delivering, so I always bring it with me.
Sure.
Anyway, I walk up the stairs and get to the room and knocked on the door. No answer. I texted that I was there before walking up the stairs. I knocked again, and that time I saw the curtain move slightly but couldn't see who was looking out. I started to get the worst feeling. The door opens and it's pitch black inside, only the TV on. Room absolutely reeks of BO and old food. Whoever...
Oh, that's so gross. I almost threw up a little in my mouth hearing that. It smelled, reeked of BO and old food. Yeah.
Whoever opened the door stood behind the door when opening, and I could not see them. I started to feel extremely nervous and said hello. Do you want me to just sit it down? And then all of a sudden, a huge, sweaty, tall man walks out from behind the door and tells me, you can set it there, pointing to a chair inside the room. There was no sign of anyone else in the room with him. So I said the name of the customer, like blank, because I thought I was delivering to a woman with a broken foot. He kind of smirked and didn't respond and said, go and set it there, pointing to the chair again.
Dude, this literally looks like a script from like a horror film or something. Are you kidding me?
That time, it was a demand. I said no and set the food on the ground. As I did, he stepped toward me and I immediately grabbed my taser and stood back. Looking back, I should have never taken my eyes off him, because when I looked at him after standing back up, that's when I saw his hand resting on a gun on his waistband. I took off running as fast as I could, practically flew down the stairs, jumped in my car, and sped off sobbing in a full panic. I felt bad for the DoorDash support woman on the phone because I was hyperventilating at that.
Dude, if this story is for real, like, holy crap. Dude, people don't realize how dangerous this job really is, man.
At point. Now, this is an awful, scary situation that this DoorDash driver was put in, and this isn't the first time we've heard of stories like this. There's instances where drivers have actually been killed in certain situations. We hear about it all the time. It's unfortunate, and it's a scary situation to be put in. I'm glad she didn't go in the room, and I'm also glad to hear she's carrying something on her like a taser. Many of you guys know I do carry my pepper spray on me. You do want to have something on you just in case. You just never know. It could be.
Now, I've heard different rules, different laws about pepper spray. I think it's legal in certain states. I do know people who happen to be female that have pepper spray. And I don't blame you. I mean, even just pulling out the pepper spray sometimes is enough for someone to say, whoa, okay, without even having to use it. So let me know, do you have pepper spray, and is it legal where you live?
An animal or a person, I mean, granted, you want to keep yourself on high alert when you're out delivering, but it's always nice to have something on you, and I always carry it on my wrist. That way I have easy access to it. I'm not digging around in my pocket. But she did go on to say that she did reach out to support, and they didn't ban the person. They just apologized to me and told me I could make a police report if I felt the need. So this is just a warning. If anything ever feels off, do not follow through with the order. Call support. Tell them you feel uncomfortable, you feel unsafe. You do not have to deliver the order. I had a situation in my earlier days at that.
It's like, was the offer even worth it? Did they mention how much the payout was? God, I hope that wasn't for like a lowball offer. Imagine that.
At that time, there was a lot of meat at doors. I knocked on the door and I heard a gentleman yelling back in the back of the house to come in. And I tried telling him I'm here to deliver an order. He kept yelling for me to come in. So I just sat the order there and marked it delivered and left, because I'm not coming in. So meat at doors can be kind of a safety issue in some circumstances if you feel uncomfortable, especially at hotels. I know I've heard from a lot of you guys, you will not go to the hotel room. You will actually deliver the order to the front desk for safety purposes. And I am...
So here's my thing with the hotels, you know, coming from a guy's perspective. Anytime I deliver to a hotel, okay, it's usually based on the notes. You know, if I have to go to the door, I go to the door, but I'm always on guard. Never just assume everything's going to be okay. But if I can deliver to the lobby, to the front desk, like she's saying, it's not too bad at all. It's actually much easier, where they just have the person come to the lobby. What do you guys do? Let me know in the comments. And guys, let's see if we can get 1 like, 1 comment on this video, and just 1 subscriber. That's it. Thank you.
totally for that. You just never know who's rented the hotel room, and you always have to trust your gut, because there's no amount of money that is worth risking your safety or your life or just being put in a bad situation. So always trust your gut instincts, because usually your gut is trying to tell you something. So let me know if you've ever been in an uncomfortable situation or a customer's acting kind of weird towards you. Again, you do not have to do what the customer says, especially when they tell you to come inside their house to bring their groceries in or to bring their food.
Look, the only time I've seen people in this situation is with the elderly or someone who's like really disabled. When they're like, I'm sorry, is there any way you could just put the bag on this table over here and I'll take it from there? I've had to do stuff like that. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, sure, no problem. But always be on guard. Always assume that you can't trust that person. Again, unless they're like elderly and they're just like barely able to walk. I don't think they're gonna attack you, you know, but you never know. But again, I try and limit that to like almost never. But yeah, if it's someone fully capable of getting their order, yeah, I don't think so. I ain't coming in nowhere. And that's if you're guy, girl, whatever, it don't matter. Don't do it. Let me know if you do.
Into their kitchen table. You do not have to do it. You have to go with your gut instincts. Always put your safety first, because you're the only one that can look out for yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and get the apps turned on. We're going to get these wheels to moving, and hopefully we can line ourselves up with a good offer to start the evening off with. So we are starting the evening off with a good offer from DoorDash, but of course, as you guys know, I had to decline a couple of offers. No surprise. The first offer I declined was $3.01 for 2.4 miles. And then I got this offer, which was a trip radar. If you're not familiar with what a trip radar is, it's an offer that's sent out to multiple drivers. You can try to match to it. And it was for $7.07 for 3.6 miles for Chick-fil-A, which I'm like across the street from Chick-fil-A. I hit match, the wheel's spinning, and then it tells me I didn't match for it. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm like really close to Chick-fil-A, unless somebody's like literally sitting in the parking lot, or maybe.
I was just about to say, somebody is probably sitting in the parking lot like across the street. Because nowadays, because the gig economy has been going on for so many years, it's no surprise. I mean, how many times do you pull up at a hot spot and there's 5 DoorDash drivers there waiting for orders or more in a parking lot? Tell me your
a little bit
situation.
Closer to me. Anyways, I didn't get it, but I guess for a good reason, because I did end up getting an offer from DoorDash, $16.25 for 6.8 miles for a pasta restaurant right here, which I was sitting in the parking lot, which works out perfect. So it's going to be ready in a few minutes. So we're going to go in there, check in, and hopefully it is ready and get these wheels to moving.
Yeah, guys, that's what's up. $16 to go 6 miles? Hell yeah. Patiently waiting.
Oh, yes, for Curtis.
Okay, should be this 3 bags right here.
Oh, perfect.
You need help with
Here's I get it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Nice.
Think you need help with that?
I think I got it. Yeah, appreciate it.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
You did it?
It's been a while since I picked up at this restaurant. The food
I can't believe there were that many bags, man. That's a pain in the ass, but that's a good payout. For 6 miles, $16? You got it, boss.
food was sitting on the shelf ready. There was 3 bags. A couple of employees offered to help me carry it out, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't heavy. The other thing is I forgot my neck mount that I usually wear my GoPro on. So yeah, we're gonna try to get as much footage as I can. I don't know about, going up and dropping off the order. You guys might have to wait in the car, but we're gonna go get them their food. They're 11 minutes. Now, the other thing I did want to mention, I noticed this with the DoorDash, it says PIN required and says hand to customer. Have you guys noticed PIN required? Let me know. This is the first time I've seen it. But in the customer notes, it says leave it door, please. Dogs and children sleeping. I've never.
Let me tell you guys, please read those notes. please, 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 please read the notes before you just go and do these drop-offs, because you'll have some pissed off customers if you wake up their kids or their dogs start freaking out. They'll be upset. Trust me.
Ran into this on DoorDash. I know in the past with Uber Eats, the customer has texted me the PIN and then told me to leave it at their door. So maybe I will reach out to them, but we're gonna head that direction and go get them their food. I'll let you guys know what I end up doing. All right, guys, so with the PIN situation, again, I've never had to deal with it before, so I messaged the customer that I'm on my way. I'm happy to leave it at their door, but I'll need their PIN when I arrive. So I get to their house and I call them outside of my car, not at their front door, because that'll defeat the purpose of their dogs. Well, he ends up coming out and gives me his PIN, and of course I'm having trouble, trying to put it in, but he tells me the reason why there's a PIN in place is because the last driver ended up delivering their food to a neighbor. So that's why the PIN was in place, which explains the whole situation. Anyways, when I was heading back to the car, I got...
As much as the PIN is annoying, I do see how it is beneficial for that reason. Delivering to the wrong place, driver takes the food, etc. I get it.
Another offer for Five Guys, a different location, which I haven't been to in a while. My past experiences with them, they're always super busy and I'd have to wait, although it's been a very long time since I've been to that location. Anyways, it was a reasonable offer for me to accept, $10.75 for 4.1 miles. We're on our way. Hopefully there won't be much of a wait, although typically you have to wait for the fries, which is no problem as long as it's reasonable, but we're on our way.
How have your experiences been picking up at Five Guys? For me, most times orders are ready, but again, it also depends on how busy they are, the weather, so many variables, but let me know.
Hi, can I check on the order for 10 speed DoorDash?
Patiently waiting, see? It happens.
And is 10 milkshake ready? Yes.
I need the shake fudgy too. All right.
All that grease on the bag is all you gotta know, my friends. It's all you gotta know.
Cool. It was a strong bag. Thank you. There we go. Thank you.
I'm still waiting for them. All right, guys, so although I wasn't in there too long, there was a couple other drivers in there that one of them was told it'd be 2 minutes. They were just waiting on fries. I was told they were just waiting on fries. I don't know how long I was in there, maybe 7 minutes, I don't know. And another driver said that they had been in there 10 minutes waiting and they told it was just gonna be a couple minutes for fries.
It's so frustrating when that happens, man. It really does. Because as we all know, time is money, okay? And we don't have, ain't nobody got no time for that. If you're still watching, leave a comment saying, ain't nobody got time for that. Remember that, Sweet Brown?
This location seems to move a little slower than the other location that I go to all the time, although a lot better. I've had to unassign orders here, in the past because they couldn't give you a time and the place was busy and the wait that I'd already been there was ridiculous, and that's when you just gotta call it sometimes, especially when the pay is just not worth it. Anyways, I got the order and I got the milkshake as well. Customers 11 minutes, 3.57 miles. They seem to possibly be at work, so this might be their dinner. They said to leave it at the desk if they're not there, so we are heading there. Let's go get them their dinner. All right, guys, the order is dropped off. It was at a company building, and luckily the customer came out and met me. I could tell it was probably them because they were on their phone looking down, and then looked up and there I was. So got them their food, got them their milkshake. They should be happy to have their food. So tonight has actually gone not bad at all. Started off with, of course, a couple declines, got me a good offer, and then found out DoorDash had a PIN, which I've never experienced on DoorDash. I've experienced that on Uber Eats, but
I was gonna say the DoorDash PIN, it's certainly on the newer side at the point of me making this video. But I have had to deal with the Uber Eats pins for a while now. I think a couple of years.
Never DoorDash, but then the customer explained what had happened and they probably requested a pin, it sounds like. So, but yeah, tonight hasn't been too bad, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys right here. Always so much appreciate you guys riding along with.
So please go subscribe to Ride Along with Bri. Her link is in the top of the description. As always, leave her a comment, show her some love. Just say Pay to Drive sent me. I'll reply to your comments on her video. And in the comments here, tell me what you thought about this video and let me know who you would like me to make a reaction video to next. We always try and keep it positive here. That's the way we do it. Till next time, folks, get that money, get that honey, keep hustling, keep bustling, and we'll see you next time right here on Pay to Drive. Let's see if we can get 1 like, 1 comment, and 1 subscription. And if nobody has told you, you are awesome and you are worth it. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.